Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to 10 Yards Back with me, Jim, for this, my Challenge Cup quarter-finals predictions video. How we doing, everyone? Yes, the Challenge Cup quarters are upon us, the old man of rugby league, the Challenge Cup, the competition that everyone loves while they're in it and then questions the validity of once they're out. Yes, that's it, the Challenge Cup. And this round, the quarters, we have every game live on Super League Plus, which, as you know, I am a huge fan of. Super League Plus, worth absolutely every penny. Even if you're, well, I'd say if you're a Sky subscriber, ditch it and get Super League Plus. Either way, it's good to have. It's nice to have in the back pocket. Instant replays, live streams. Not a sponsor. I'm just a fan. So let's have a look at what we've got, because this is a really nice schedule. Obviously, trouble with the Challenge Cup is no Thursdays. It's a nice schedule and some really nice games as well. Saints Catalans, Warrington Leigh, Hull KR York, and Wakefield versus Wigan. So in this video, I'm going to break down one or more of these games, the most interesting ones, and give you my thoughts on scorelines, team selections, and players to look out for, potential strategies. So let's get into it. On Saturday evening, R5 at the Halliwell Jones, almost exactly a week to the minute, they finished their last encounter. Warrington play Leigh. Now, last week, what was the score last week? Something like 46-6 or something like that to Warrington. This is one of those unfortunate rolls of the dice that we have to get every year. The odds are we're going to get one where we just see the same match twice because of the cup draw. And some years, that's great. Like last year, for example, we had Saints versus Warrington in the same predicament. So we had League, Cup, and then the stupid schedule of the league, we had League again 2 weeks later. So they played each other 3 times within 6 weeks. This is a week. The game wasn't competitive at all. Leigh didn't really play very well. Warrington did play very well in the style that they do. And the encouraging thing for Warrington in that game is that they played well and they played differently to how they've played any other game. You know, Ashton's back. He is back. And you have to deal with that. You just have to deal with him. So let's have a look at the form. As I say, form goes out the window. We probably don't need to dwell too much on this. Warrington are top. Leigh are 13th in the league, which is bizarre, isn't it? And they have been doing it tough. So if we look at the players here, they have been doing it tough. So some of the names that you see on this sheet are returning. They're still without their 2 choice fullbacks. So that's Armstrong and Hodgson who were doing wonderful things. You know, Bailey Hodgson is such an asset to have at the back of the field to return the ball. And now, unfortunately, like they've got Gareth O'Brien there now. And I think he'll stay there until one of those 2 returns. And Gareth O'Brien was one of the best 2 fullbacks in the league at one point, I think, around 2019-ish, 2018, 2019. He was one of the best 2 in the league. He's just a little bit, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? He spent all last season and the year before in at number 6. So he's just sort of lost a bit of that step. He's still got the instincts. You know, he's still good under the high ball. He still knows what to do with it when he's got it in backfield. But the pace, I think, is something that they're going to suffer with. That being said, though, they do still have Josh Charnley, who's a bit of a speedster, and Senior, who's not just a speedster, but he's a long bastard, isn't he? So that means that Warrington are probably going to find themselves forced to kick to Charnley because Senior's going to boss it. They have Hanley and New in at the centres. So at the start of the season, and at the end of last season, I could not say. I thought that having both these two players at centre at the same time was simply unjust. I thought this just wasn't fair to have them. Hanley's been out for a long time now, a couple of weeks, and they've missed him. He was back last week. He didn't really do much. So hopefully Hanley can work back into it, because for me, I think, and I've said this before, if you dominate Warrington's centres, I think you cut off a lot of their attack. You cut off the wings, which are always dangerous on a Warrington team. That's what they do. They have dangerous, dangerous wings through probably Ashton and Thewlis in this game. But the centres themselves are dangerous, and they can pass back inside. And Williams typically will play off that right centre as well. So if you can dominate that position, you can win this game, Leigh. That being said, Hopawate is a different animal, isn't he? Matty Ashton's out there just doing Matty Ashton things. He's so damn fast. It's kind of unfair. So I think what I would do if I were Leigh, and equally if I were Warrington, I'd be trying to combat this, is keep the ball in the middle of the field. What I mean by that is, Leigh, that match I saw them play against St Helens, I was blown away by the mobility of the ball in that game when Leigh had it in their hands. It would just go from left to right, left to right, left to right, freely at will. Pape and Lamb playing off each other like they'd known each other their whole lives. I don't want to see any of that in this game. It's at least not in the first half an hour. Pape's back, but let's use that big body, that long pass that he's got, to simply feed it back into the middle. Let's just loop that back into the middle, and then we can use New and Hanley in a defensive way to cut off those centres. I think how Warrington win this game is very simple. Get creative. You're very creative. Get creative. Get it to someone fast like the Wonder Kid, Billy the Kid, Kai Taylor-Ray, Matty Ashton. You've got enough speed and skill in those key positions to dominate this, and that's why I think it's going to be 30-16. To be honest, I had this at 34-12, but when I saw that Pape was back, I kind of shaved the numbers a little bit there. Either way, it's going to be a tall order for Leigh, but like I said, keep looping it back through the middle. You can do it. You cut off their attacking threat. Okay, that's the Challenge Cup quarterfinals. My predictions there for the full round. Let me know what you think. I think this is a good one. I think the only match that I could probably skip, though I won't, is the Hull KR York one. I think that one is basically written. I think that Leigh have got enough stuff coming back into their side that they're going to make that revenge match, that grudge match, an exciting one. So enjoy the games. I hope you very much that you enjoy them. Let me know, and bloody download Super League Plus, because it is an absolutely cracking thing to do. All right, I'll see you next week, where maybe I'll talk about these games, maybe I won't, but I'll for sure give you my predictions for round 8 of the Super League next week. I'll see you then.